All of you have heard about CBDC, but many of them are not knowing or unaware of what exactly it is. So today's session is on CBDC and its impact on monetary system. So I will introduce myself. Uh, I am a alumni of COEP. I have done my BTech computer from COEP. Then I did my PGDM from Wellington Institute of Management Development and Research, Mumbai. I am having total of 12 plus years of experience in banking and IT. Worked with top private sector banks such as ICICI, Axis, and Kotak Mahindra at managerial positions in various domains such as corporate banking, trade finance, retail banking, wealth management, and digital banking. I started my blockchain journey in 2020. Currently, also I am learning and exploring blockchain space very actively. I write blogs related to fintech, which is at https://fintechinsights.in. You can visit that. Uh, Recently, I became a national council member of BC, which is Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Emerging Technologies Group Council, and I am also act as a blockchain business expert at Blocktical. Blocktical is an educational company which is mainly focused on spreading awareness related to blockchain towards masses, mainly people in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So this is about my introduction. Let's move to the topic. So you may all think why we should learn about CBDC. So let me present you certain facts related to it. Recently, Bank for International Settlement (BIS) has written in its paper that 86% of central banks in the world are currently either studying or piloting CBDC. So 86% of banks means 105 countries, and which are representing almost 95% of global GDP. So all of these countries are exploring CBDC. So currently, total 9 countries have fully launched their central bank digital currency. It was The first one was Bahamas, which is called Sand Dollar. They launched Sand Dollar in October 2020. Then Eastern Caribbean countries, which are 7 countries, they launched D-Cash in March 2021, and Nigeria launched E-Naira in October 2021. And yesterday's news was for Jamaica. They are about to launch their CBDC, which is JAM DEX. Their Senate has approved and given authority to their central bank, which is Bank of Jamaica. So there will be totally 10 countries have fully launched digital currency currently. And of the G7 economies, if you compare to emerging countries, actually developed countries like US and UK are further behind on CBDC development. So they are at doing research, they are at conceptual stage and all. So what is CBDC? We can ask questions in between, though I am going as per my PPT. So what is CBDC exactly? So it is a digital form of country's fiat currency. Let me tell you what is fiat currency. Currently, RBI issues banknotes to us and we use it. That is called fiat currency. Then you might get confused. Either CBDC is like electronic money, whether it is same as electronic money which we are using currently and sending payments to each other from our mobile apps. No, digital money or electronic money which we are using currently. For that, we need to have a bank account for using that money, and so it is different from CBDC. So fiat money is the banknotes, electronic money is the current money, electronic money which we are using on from our mobile phones. But for you to use that money, we should have a bank account is the requirement. And third is the cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is not backed by central bank, and most of you are aware of it, which are like Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. And CBDC, the difference is CBDC is backed by central bank. So the whole liability lies with central bank for CBDC. So it is different from current electronic money in a way. It will not require to have a bank account. So you can transfer money from wallet to wallet. So it is a digital form of country's fiat currency. Of course, It is backed by a legal tender issued by a central bank in digital form. In India, it is by RBI, and you can exchange it one to one with fiat currency. So you can convert it into a cash. So digital rupee, one rupee, digital rupee of one can be converted into rupee one note. So India, it is called digital rupee. In China, it is called eCNY, and other countries, they have their own nomenclature. How CBDC is different from cryptocurrency? CBDC is issued and regulated by central bank, which I have told already, and they are globally accepted. You can see cryptocurrencies are banned in some countries. Some countries have legalized it. In India, there is no such stance on with respect to cryptocurrency. So CBDC is globally accepted because it is backed by central bank. And here in CBDC, transactions are only known to sender, receiver, and the bank. While in cryptocurrency, it is on public network, so anyone can view the transactions. And for CBDC, it will be backed by reserves, so the currency rates will be stable, and the supply of CBDC will be controlled by central bank. So the way I have told earlier, this is our current payment system where one bank is dealing with another bank. Will be interbank settlement, but in CBDC it will be like a wallet to wallet transfer. So you don't need to have an account with a bank. So bank won't come here. You will have a wallet, and you can transfer money from one wallet to another wallet. So that is the concept of CBDC. You may think, still we are using electronic money, then why CBDC is required? So there are three reasons which I have found. There are many actually. I will talk about that later. First is to reduce the usage of paper currency, because there is a lot of cost going in on printing, transporting, storing, and distributing currency. If usage of paper gets reduced, it will result in cost reduction. So this is the current statistics. In year 2021 and 22, cash in circulation was around 29.84 lakh crores. So you can see, since 2016 till 2021, actually cash in circulation has been increased. And last year, which was ended on 31st March 2021, in fact, RBI printed 4.19 lakh additional notes. And cash to GDP ratio also has increased. Along with this cash in circulation, there is a issue of fake currency notes. In last financial year, almost rupees 500 notes, which are counterfeit notes. The number of such counterfeit notes have been doubled in last year, which was around 79,669, and rupees 2,000 notes have almost increased by 54.6%. So these are the counterfeit notes numbers. And if you see, the printing expense of these notes is around 4,984 crores. It's huge. So why CBDC is the motivation for central bank is mainly to reduce the usage of paper currency, which will result in lot of cost reduction. It's a significant cost reduction. Second is to drive financial inclusion. If you see, there are more than 1 billion citizens who are not having bank accounts globally. And because they are not having bank accounts, they are not having any access to traditional banking services. And that's why they are not involved in economy. Whereas if CBDC is there, they don't need to have don't need to open the bank account. CBDC will allow and enhance access with only internet connection and phone. And this will also help reduce the transaction cost. You can see, since the printing expense is reduced, the transaction cost is only dependent on phone and internet connection, so it will also get reduced by up to 50%. And mainly emerging countries are exploring CBDC for the purpose of financial inclusion. Even Nigeria, Bahamas, even certain countries where certain areas are critical to reach, where you cannot distribute the currency, or even certain countries like Bahamas, which is volcano prone, or certain countries where hurricanes are coming again and again. those countries are mainly exploring CBDC prominently to drive financial inclusion. Third is to avoid the consequence of bitcoins, cryptocurrencies, and stable coins. Because currently people, if you see, the usage of these cryptocurrencies has increased by leaps and bounds. Let me tell you, in chain analysis index, it has been said that crypto adoption has been increased predominantly in emerging countries. Venezuela is at the top, India is at the second, and mainly in India also compared to last year, crypto adoption has been increased by leaps and bounds. So, what central bank thinks that if people start doing payments with the help of cryptocurrency instead of going to banks, then there will be a parallel monetary system which is not in the control of a central bank. And to protect the public from the volatility of these virtual currencies, they want to introduce CBDC. And they want to have people trust in sovereign money. Otherwise, people will have more trust in cryptocurrency than CBDC. So that is the main reason they want to launch CBDC. So besides these three reasons, there is another reason like China, who is introducing eCNY, which is a digital yuan. They have done the pilot last year. They have almost distributed 100 million digital yuan in 9 cities during that pilot. And in September 21, almost 500 million transactions have been done with digital yuan. Now you can think why China is so much interested in introducing CBDC, because there this Alibaba's Alipay and Tencent's WeChat both are contributing almost 94% of online transactions in the country. So these are the tech companies, and they are predominantly work in their in that economy which China doesn't want. Almost $16 billion in transaction values they are dealing with. So once tech companies are having increased contribution in the economy, certain countries don't want that. They don't want their monopoly. So that is the main reason behind China's introduction of CBDC. So every country has different reasons, and there are certain types of CBDCs. Mainly wholesale and retail. What is wholesale? So in certain countries, they want to launch CBDC for interbank payments only. So they want to restrict CBDC for only commercial banks and clearing institutions. And this is happening with only advanced economies where there are developed interbank systems and capital markets. And even with respect to Indian CBDC, the digital rupee, I think government is going to have wholesale CBDC first than the retail. I will come to the reason for this. And what is retail CBDC? Where CBDC is accessible to general public. So with this, any person, any individual can open account directly with central bank. They don't have to open account, wallet with any other bank, but they can open wallet with the central bank. So there will not be any role for banks if retail CBDC is there. And this is happening more in emerging economies where financial inclusion is the main purpose. This has happened in Bahamas, Sandola, Jamaica, the Caribbean countries, and Nigeria. So all 10 CBDCs which have been launched till now, all are retail CBDCs. While all developed countries like Singapore, Hong Kong, China, all are exploring wholesale CBDCs. Even India may also explore, though they have not said it publicly, but they will first come with wholesale CBDC than retail. Second type of CBDC is account-based versus token-based. What is meant by account-based? In account-based, central bank would hold accounts with all users of CBDC, like the one which is working currently. We are having bank account, and the way we are currently having payments, it is called account-based. While in token-based, there will be wallet-to-wallet transfer, and there will be certain criteria. In that, there might be a digital signature, so you don't have to need to open account. Suppose I am transferring CBDC to another person, so I am having public and private key. So another person will verify based on my public key that I am the one who is transferring the CBDC to that person. So that is called token-based CBDC. So CBDC will be created as a token with specific denomination. Then there is a third type which is based on distribution. I said in the beginning that CBDC will be like a wallet to wallet transfer and no banks will be there in between. But currently, many countries are having banks, and you cannot remove bank as an intermediary immediately. So many countries, almost all, are coming up with this two-tier model of CBDC. What is that? So this two-tier model is called indirect CBDC. So there will be these commercial banks will be there in between public or merchant. So in that case, the KYC and AML liabilities will lie with the commercial bank. They will take care of it. While legal claim also will be the liability of commercial bank, and central bank only issue the currency and distribute it to commercial banks. So that is indirect CBDC. And most of the countries in the world are exploring this two-tier system because banks are there in between. You cannot remove them immediately. If you go to the direct CBDC, which is a retail, where there are no banks in between, and you will open the wallet with the central bank directly and transfer amount directly to each other through wallet, and the claim of your money will be directly on central bank. And some are exploring this hybrid CBDC where payment service provider will be there in between. But in this model, claim of your money will lie with the central bank. Currently, we are in this system indirect CBDC. So though we are saying it will be a wallet to wallet transfer, but most of the countries are going this way, this two-tier model. Because if it is a single tier model like direct CBDC, the role of bank will go immediately. And what happens? People won't put any deposit in the bank. They will convert them into CBDC and they will direct do payment one to one to each other. And in that case, bank deposits will get reduced. They won't be able to give loans to consumers, and the whole financial stability of bank will get disrupted. So most of the countries don't want this. So they are going for this model, indirect CBDC or hybrid CBDC. Is it digital currency backed by government with blockchain as its underlying tech, unlike cryptocurrency? Yeah, I will tell. Some of the CBDCs are backed by blockchain and some of them are not. But some of them are conventional based on any technology. But see, there are difference even in that. Some are using conventional technology, some are using distributed ledger technology, and not necessary they will be using blockchain because blockchain is a type of distributed ledger technology. What is distributed ledger? It's a database where copy lies with all distributed nodes. While in blockchain, when transactions are getting created, it will be added into a block. So blockchain is one type of distributed ledger technology. So some countries are having exploring both conventional as well as distributed ledger technology. Even in India, if you see current news, though they have told in Feb 2022 when they presented the budget that they will launch CBDC based on blockchain and other technologies. But recent news is that they don't want anonymity, which blockchain is offering. Because if there is the anonymity, you can't track transactions for illicit financing or terror financing. So it depends on every central bank's purview how they want to launch CBDC. It is based on their monetary policy and it is based on their financial stability, the way they want CBDC to get launched. So not necessarily it will be based on blockchain. Because those 10 countries who have launched CBDCs, which I have told earlier, Bahamas is using both conventional technology as well as DLT, while Jamaica is not using distributed ledger technology. They are only using normal technology. Caribbean countries are using both DLT and conventional, and Nigeria is also using distributed ledger technology. So not necessarily every country will use blockchain. Hope I have answered your question.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. So, I'm coming to CBDC benefits. Yes, as I said, it will reduce dependency on cash and hence expenditure. And of course, the RBI will have higher seigniorage due to lower transaction cost. What is seigniorage is the printing expense of the cash and the face value of a cash. So for 100 rupee note, currently the expense is around 15 to 17 rupees. So the remaining money, which is a seigniorage, will be a revenue for central bank. So in CBDC case, there will be a lower and almost no expense, printing expense, or that maybe a technology expense will be there. So they will have a higher seigniorage in case of CBDC. And of course, as I said, when you are doing a cross-border payment, currently banks have to maintain certain accounts and money in that to have the cross-border payment transfer. So since with CBDC, this settlement risk will not be there, and it will happen immediately. And I'm telling currently this M bridge, which is the M CBDC happening. The pilot is going on between Singapore, China, Thailand, and Hong Kong. So there is a pilot, and there is a conclusion that it is happening within minutes instead of days. So that is how the faster, cheaper, and efficient will be the CBDC. So you can go through that project. The project is called M Bridge, MCBDC, or multiple CBDC. It is also mentioned on Atlantic Council CBDC tracker page. As I have mentioned earlier, this will boost financial inclusion mainly for emerging countries where lot of people are unbanked or underbanked. Yes, cheaper cross-border payments, but there are certain challenges. Uh, Managing CBDC vice versa bank deposits. So I'm having bank deposit currently, and tomorrow RBI came up with CBDC. Then I will convert the whole deposit into CBDC, and then I will not go to bank and have my bank deposit there. In that case, bank won't be able to lend, and there will be a run on the bank. So that is the main CBDC challenge which central bank has to deal with while launching CBDC. That's why recently they have said they will do it in a graded approach. Indian CBDC will be launched in a graded approach. First, the proof of concept will happen, then pilot, and then the final launch. And they don't want to disturb the current financial system which is there in place. Of course, the interoperability, though the cross-border payment transfer will happen cheaper and efficient, the interoperability within CBDC. So every country has a different currency. They are launching it in their own country. So how this interoperability will take place? How the exchange rate will happen? So still lot of research is going in this area. I'm not the expert in that currently. And yes, KYC and AML authorization challenges due to anonymity. So where the countries where they're exploring retail CBDC and mainly on blockchain. So due to anonymity, KYC and AML compliance will be at risk. They won't be authorized people, and there will be an illicit financing in this case. Risk of cyber attacks, since it is a CBDC, though, so the technology will should be robust, so that cyber attack should not happen. So they mainly central bank has to take care of that. They should have a robust cyber security system in place. Technology preparedness, with if CBDC needs to be there, then 4G, 5G network should be stable and proper within the country to make it happen. That is the main challenge. And of course, the amendment to current legal framework. In India, they have amended the RBI Act 1934 related to legal framework for CBDC while presenting the bill in Feb 2022. But other countries who are piloting this, launching this, they need to amend their laws first. And interest and per citizen caps. What is this? If in direct CBDC, if RBI is launching CBDC, they can give interest to people. So if it is a interest bearing CBDC where central bank is offering interest, then of course, and if there is a lot of difference between bank deposits, then of course there will be run on bank and lot of money goes from bank to CBDC. So that is the one case. So it is up to a bank, and depending on its monetary policy, whether they want to give interest or not. And per citizen caps, in this case, certain countries, certain central banks put cap on daily transaction or daily limit for conversion of fiat to CBDC. Otherwise, this there will be run on bank, so they want to limit it. So there can be caps on these transactions. So this is all a research part going on. No one has introduced any such things. But I whatever I have read in China, they have not put any caps on daily transactions or daily limits. Of course, risk to privacy. Currently, whatever transactions we are doing, it is between our bank, sender, and receiver. If it is with central bank, then central bank will have directly surveillance on our transactions. So there will be some sort of risk to our privacy also. So that is one of the challenge. And this is a CBDC tracker. I have mentioned about atlanticcouncil.org. You can go to that site. There you will find the CBDC. So 10 have launched, 15 are having pilot, 24 are in development, 43 are in research. So ours is also in research. 10 are not doing anything, 2 have cancelled. So you can go and explore this and hover over this graph on that website. So what is the impact on monetary system? Of course, I have told you regarding this reduction in cost of printing, transporting, and managing cash with respect to central bank. They will have a detailed audit trail with the help of CBDC, so they can track illegal activities. Currently, what is happening? Whatever transactions are going with the bank, the details are with the bank, and central bank asks reports from the bank. So there is no direct tracking from central bank in our current systems. So with CBDC, it will have a direct tracking from central bank. Of course, there will be a cost in setting up new infrastructure with the current infrastructure. Retraining and re-education will be required for the staff, for the public, for the bank officials. There is a lot of technological advancements will happen, or exploration will happen with respect to using blockchain, other technologies, other DLTs. And of course, there is already a stiff competition from private currency, which are cryptos. They are growing by leaps and bounds, and it is not in control of central bank. Even they are not able to regulate it because it's blockchain. The nodes are in different countries. They are decentralized. So which country will uh, uh, take the control of this surveillance? And of course, cyber attacks in CBDC is lying with central bank. So there will be a single system which will be liable to this cyber attacks and threats. So if single system fails, but if they are using DLT, distributed ledger technology, in that case, this will be, the loss will be less compared to the conventional technology, because the copy of transaction will lie with the different nodes. What will happen to banks? So as I said, their deposit taking institution, their role as a deposit taking institution will evolve based on how central bank treats CBDC, how they will launch. Uh, if there is a run on deposits, it will have an impact on ability to provide credit to customers. If they want to do a cross-border CBDC transfer, they also need to have a certain infrastructure in place. So when RBI is trying this, and they may come up with in 3-4 years with the CBDC, banks also have to, if they are going a two tier model, banks also have to set up infrastructure to accommodate that. Of course, significant resource investment and innovation in short term will be there, and mainly the cooperative banks and credit unions which are there, which are having a cash oriented customer base, they will struggle to adopt CBDC. And one thing is there, we have cash, we have electronic money, and we will have a CBDC. I won't say that this one with CBDC these two things will go away. Of course, CBDC may go and replace electronic money, but not necessarily cash, because there are certain consumers who want cash to deal with. Like my parents, they don't want to deal in electronic money, so cash won't be eliminated at all wholly. It will remain there. Only maybe their circulation will get reduced, because in Sweden also it is fully digitized nation. They have also certain amount of cash there in the system, and they want to put it there because they think the people in lower economical level, if they are using cash and they suddenly stop issuing cash, then what will happen to them? So cash will remain there. And what will happen with fintech players? They will have an opportunity to build user-friendly transaction services. And of course, early adopters in this case will gain strong position. They also need to invest in tech to support CBDC, new infrastructure, and some acquisitions or mergers will happen to gain capabilities with respect to CBDC. New players will emerge in this space. So this is what I know about CBDC, which I wanted to tell all of you. Any questions? Yeah, it will be a basic course. Who is not even knowing about blockchain, we can go in detail, but the course will be over 5 days a week. It will be like 1 hour per day. So we will be talking about what is blockchain, where to use it, where not to use it, types of blockchain, consensus algorithms, real life use cases, and then blockchain technological platforms like Ethereum, Bitcoin, etc. So that will be like a short crash course, which is 1 hour per day, and it will go for 5 days. So it will happen in a week's time. So we will be launching this at the end of June mostly. So those who want to know what is blockchain, they can register for that.
Basically, the course is for everyone, even though they know technological things about blockchain, even they are from a non-tech background, they are freshers or experienced. So we will touch things which is in the general terms, what is coming up for the blockchain technology, how things will behave when we build our own applications. So the course is divided in a manner that we will see the overview of how things are working in that area. And in the end, for those who want a certificate from our side, we are conducting a particular MCQ test. Based on that, we will give a certificate to you. For the participation, we will give the certificate to everyone, which will come on your mail. But for the qualification, we will definitely going to take a test. And definitely in the end, for this course, there is a minimal fees which we are charging. So anyone, if you want to register, we will send the mails to your email ID. Whoever just joined this particular call, you will see the details in your mail ID. Or from tomorrow onwards, you can visit the blocktical.com website. You will find the details over there. Definitely, you can find our channel on Telegram. This particular PPT about CBDC and all, we will post it on the Telegram channel. You can check that out and you can download the particular PPT over there. Later in time, if you have any query, there is a Telegram discussion channel. You can also query anything about blockchain, whatever stuff is going on in that channel, and we will be happy to answer you over there.